In the bustling town of Riverton, two boys grew up as best friends. Their lives were intertwined like the streets of their city, yet they couldn't have been more different. The first boy, Liam, was known for his courage. Though not the brightest in the classroom, he possessed a heart full of determination and an unshakable belief in himself. The second boy, Ethan, was the opposite. Ethan had a sharp mind, his knowledge extending far beyond the pages of any book, but he lacked the courage to take risks or stand up for himself. They spent their days together, exploring the town's hidden corners, chasing dreams and nurturing ambitions. Liam often led the way, confronting challenges with unwavering resolve. He wasn't the smartest, and he knew it, but he trusted that his heart would guide him. When a local race was announced, one that everyone claimed was nearly impossible to win, Liam immediately signed up. "Are you sure you want to do this?" Ethan asked, hesitating. "It's really tough. You'll need more than just willpower." Liam smiled, brushing aside the doubts. "Maybe, but I'd rather try and fail than never try at all." Ethan admired Liam's bravery, but his own fear of failure held him back. He excelled at solving problems, and if it were an exam or a puzzle, he would have triumphed easily. But real-world challenges terrified him. He couldn't bear the thought of making mistakes in front of others. The day of the race arrived. Crowds gathered, and everyone in Riverton was there to cheer. The path was treacherous, with rocky hills, a rushing river, and a dense, dark forest to cross. Liam stood at the starting line, his heart pounding. He looked around at the tough competitors, most of them stronger and smarter than him. Yet, instead of fear, Liam felt excitement. The race began, and Liam struggled through each obstacle. He tripped, got scratched, and was nearly swept away by the river, but he never gave up. Ethan, watching from the sidelines, marveled at Liam's perseverance. As the other racers dropped out or succumbed to exhaustion, Liam pressed on. He wasn't the fastest, nor the most skilled, but his courage carried him forward. Against all odds, Liam crossed the finish line. Though he didn't come in first, he finished the race, earning the respect of everyone who had witnessed his determination. The town cheered for him, not because he won, but because he dared to try. Meanwhile, Ethan was left wondering what he could have accomplished if he had Liam's courage. Despite his intelligence, he hadn't even entered the race, paralyzed by the fear of failure. That night, as they sat together on a hill overlooking the town's glowing lights, Ethan confessed his fears. "I wish I had your courage," Ethan said quietly. "I know so much, but when it comes to taking a risk, I freeze. I don't know how to step forward like you do." Liam smiled at his friend. "Ethan, courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about being afraid and doing it anyway. You've got the knowledge, you've got the mind. If you can just believe in yourself, you'll be unstoppable." Ethan nodded, understanding for the first time that victory wasn't about being the smartest or the strongest, but about having the heart to face challenges head-on. From that day forward, he promised himself to take more risks, and little by little, with Liam's encouragement, Ethan began stepping outside his comfort zone. The two boys continued to grow, each learning from the other. Liam's courage earned him many victories in life, but he always sought Ethan's advice to guide him. And Ethan, though he still struggled with fear, began to realize that sometimes the greatest victory is simply daring to try. Together, they face the world, complementing each other's strengths and weaknesses, one with the heart of a lion, the other with the mind of a sage.